What's up, bitches? Found some posts on Reddit, scrolling down on the playrust Reddit, and you know what? I just thought I'd respond to some of these fucking things because some of the things I thought were cool, some of them I thought they were pretty fucking stupid questions, stupid opinions, and I'm just gonna respond to these people like they asked me the question because I don't know. I just think it's a proper way to go about some of the stupid shit that on playrust Reddit. Starting off, this is backrooms rust, uncanny as fuck. No, it's Gmod, and I know they installed the assets from the workshop, and I get it. I see what they did. I don't like it. It makes me uneasy. It makes me want to throw up. I think it's nasty. Don't do it again. Don't want to see it again. Okay, Quentin 723. He says, "Why does it take 25 minutes to load into a server? It's ruining the game for me. Is there any way for it to make it load faster? Buy a better fucking computer, dude. There's minute things, but you're not gonna get it from 25 minutes to 3 minutes. So you're living in dreamland." Next thing. All right, rapid snipers. He's talking about the old rock formations. Let's bring these back. Absolutely agree. So this is a hot take that's got 426 likes, and it's got them for a reason. Anybody that used to play on Happus really remembers these fucking things. It was always the freaks that got the build spot, but if you did get it, it was usually a pretty unique wipe. But usually the freaks got them, and you didn't want to be anywhere near it, but you were like, oh, that's a pretty cool base location. Then you moved 4 squares over. But anyway, I still think they should bring it back. Cambino says, October update. When is it out? And is this the one that'll change the landscape biomes? It's going to be out the first Thursday of October. It's every first Thursday of October and first Thursday of every month. Maybe you're new, but I feel like everybody knows that. I don't know. Maybe I'm too harsh on this guy. Valid question, I guess. Every Thursday, first Thursday of the month for the last 3-4 years now. Used to be weekly. I don't know when they switched that, but whatever. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You can tell because there's 0 upvotes. Usually the old Recoil community will come and they'll upvote anything in the world. A fucking attachment that makes your spray pattern, the old spray pattern. How down bad are you? Okay? How down bad are you for the fucking old Recoil? If you've been around long enough, you know we've had like 5 recoils. It's not the end of the world. There's different phases of the game, and they'll make it harder again because the player base is grown. Yeah, at least that's my opinion. I just think this is stupid. Fucking grasping at straws. Little boy mindset. Get over it. This is a stupid idea. Steam Deck player from Rough AD 4416. If you play Rust on a Steam Deck, I don't think there's a quicker path to suicide. I think that you might actually kill yourself in record time. From blissful happiness to straight up fucking depression. Fucking speed run that shit. That's what Steam Deck Rust is probably like. Wild fucking take. No matter what I do, I get the same FPS. Now, I'm not gonna dog on this guy. I am gonna dog on this guy. He's for life. The game is poorly optimized. Yes, but that's not the reason why this guy's FPS is bad. The reason why this guy's FPS is bad is he's got a bottleneck somewhere, because I used to have the same fucking problem. He's got a bottleneck somewhere. If you're changing everything and your FPS is the same, likely your CPU is bottling your GPU or vice versa. Could be a RAM problem. I mean, one of those components is bottlenecking something, and that's why you're getting the same FPS. Thoughts on the terrain changes in general? Fucking awesome. Anybody that played the game 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and before that, knows that this is reminiscent of that terrain, and it makes me bust. So that's my opinion on the terrain from Hot Skater 17. This game wants too much from its players. You're a pussy. Yeah. Bad habits 808. Are you less likely to get rated on high pop servers? Just thinking I am less likely to get rated on high pop servers. Will there always be someone to counter the people rating you? Is this a thing? I don't think that's why you're less likely to get rated on a high pop server. Maybe that's part of it, but I think depending on the base you build affects your likelihood of being rated on a high pop server. If you build a 8 foundation wide main core clan base in the middle of the snow next to Arctic research base, you're getting wiped in the first hour. So it's really more about where you build and what you build, more so than the population of the server. It definitely has an effect on it, but I don't think you building on a 2x2 on a high pop server is going to be the same as you building a 2x2 on a low pop server. What I mean by that is that if you build a 2x2 in the middle of nowhere on any server, you're probably not going to get rated. But if you build a 2x2 around 40 other 2x2s on a high pop server and you haven't really done anything to anybody, you're probably just as likely to get rated on that server as the low pop server, because they're shooting in the dark trying to raid you, and there's really no reason to if they have somebody else in the area that they actually think they might actually want to raid and they have good shit and blah 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 blah. And I don't know, this guy might have went on to say a lot of that. I didn't read his comments. I'm just giving my opinion. Why are the maps so big? I don't even know why I clicked on this one. This might have been an accident. Like, they're not that big. You can choose the map size you're playing on there. Maybe that's why. Meep Cheetah. Small, medium, large maps. I don't really know. Maybe he has a problem with the smallest one. Who knows? What's preferred pop type and server type as a solo? I mean, like Spoon Kid. Well, that's problem number 1. Just kidding. He's funny, but I don't know. Playstyle wise, it's not my favorite guy. Okay, I can have an opinion. Nobody kill me. Nobody strap me to a chair and tickle me until I pee. Okay, it's just an opinion on a playstyle. But anyhow, what I think the preferred pop or a solo is, I guess it just depends on your playstyle, right? If you want PvP, something high PvP, I would stick away from solo duo trios. I just think they're worse. I'd rather play on no limit or like an 8 limit than on a solo duo trio, because everybody on a solo duo trio is there because they're getting shit on in the main servers, and it's stunting their ability to play the game and making them just more grubby. And it's just a worse experience. I've had this game for 2 months now and I want to love it so badly, but I'm struggling to. Okay, yeah, so this guy's talking about like game sense and stuff. He wants to know like what he can do, like work on his positioning, etc, etc, etc. Just play the game, you know. That's my advice to everybody when they're like, hey, I want to get better at Rust, and they're like, Luke, you have 10,000 hours, you're so good, can I compare to you? And I go, well, play the game, just play it. You're not gonna be good overnight, and there's nothing really you can do. You know, game sense comes with playing wipe after wipe. There's no amount of UKN, there's no amount of aim train, there's no amount of anything like that that's gonna get you in the situations that just naturally playing the game is gonna get you in. And that's something you have to experience, and that's why hours to a lot of people means a lot in Rust. I don't think it means everything, but when it comes to game sense, that's all that it is. So yeah, that's my response to figuring out game sense issues and how to get better. Would you raid this base offline or online? From FXASA. 12 turrets, 4 SAMs. Well, the first thing I'm doing is going on YouTube and figuring out who you stole this from, figuring out exactly where your core is. And I think that's why I selected this specifically, is because I fucking hate YouTube bases with a passion. If you build a YouTube base, why? If you have a builder in your group, they've probably seen the YouTube base that you're going to go raid, and vice versa. Everybody knows where your core is. Like, everybody knows how your base works. You could easily spend twice as many rockets on a base because you don't know where the core is, where the TC is. You can do some deducting if you're a good player, figure out, okay, well, it can't be there because that's probably where the oil refinery is. But it's a YouTube base, okay? You're going to piss off a Chinese Zerg, you're going to get offline, they're going to wait for you to get offline, and they're going to offline you. That's all that it's going to be. You're not going to get online. You think you're going to get online? No. That's really the end of the story. I mean, if you build a base like this, you're probably not going to get online. Yeah. All right. Not much to say here. Wrong page. All right. How would you describe game sense? It's basically playing the game enough to know what somebody's gonna do in a particular situation. I think that a lot of people default to certain things when they play a game like this, and certain reactions to different events that happen in the game. So if you're getting raided, what's somebody gonna do? They're gonna hide, you know, they're gonna run to the other side of the base, or what are they gonna do based on a given situation, and that helps you deliberate what the right plan of action is gonna be. And I think that's mostly game sense, and just kind of knowing where people are more likely to be, and knowing the decisions, what other people are gonna do. And I think Lawn Guy 262 is kind of making that same point there. This one made me crack up because Not Life YT, I didn't go to his YouTube channel. Maybe I should, because I want to see see this dynamic here. So he says his friend is new to the game and they're playing a server. He wants to build his own base separate from his base. Just share the bases. Have two. Have an FOB. Next thing. Why you raid me? I'm a solo. I live in a 1x2 with 2 wood doors. My loot is about 700 wood and 250 stone. Trio comes and raids my base with Molotovs. Got his pistol, 2 SMGs. He completely destroyed my wooden box of TC. Why? I literally played for like 15 minutes. One guy was wearing riot armor. What the freak? Why did you raid me? What a waste. And a setback for you. Turbulent, you're in for a rude awakening, buddy. I mean, I don't know, man. You know, people will raid you for the dumbest reasons on the planet, let alone for what you say. I mean, it just sounds like they wanted to raid you. It's not about the Molotovs. It's about you, buddy. It's about your presence, okay? Nobody wants you around. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you want to make a little farm and breed some different genes together of plants. Okay, we're coming in, we're stealing you, we're gonna sell you into a sex trade. That's what's gonna have to happen, buddy. And welcome to Rust. All right. This is fucking elite. Yeah, I just saw this today. I've been taking a little break from actually playing Rust because none of my friends really want to play it right now. Like a Minecraft kick, all that kind of sort of thing. What the fuck is this? Who thought this was a good idea? That's crazy. I saw they reverted it, but there's no way. Like, nope, somebody saw this and they're like, that's cool. That's a good idea. Let's put this in the game. That's terrible. I can't believe this. Yeah, that made me crack up. And like, this guy's showing like you can abuse it with little cracks. Like, crazy. Panic to burn. Okay, so dumb alert. You got a dumb idiot alert. Professor Basti. There's a reason why you've got 0 upvotes on your thing. It's because this is the dumbest question, or dumbest suggestion rather, that you could have probably came up with your head. A waste of brain. I'm out of insults, man. I'm just disappointed. No. No. Yeah, this thing, it goes against everything that Rust is, right? I mean, every time that the game steps in and takes freedom away from the players, it doesn't make sense to do that. Never works out. It's the same thing as the roof camping argument. There's so many different propositions for ways to solve roof camping, like radiation up in the sky. It just doesn't make sense. Dumb suggestion. People Rust struggle to find teammates. Yeah, but it's probably for the wrong reasons. Depends on who you're like. If you're got 800,000 hours, 1,200 hours, 1,500 hours, even like 2,000, 2,500 hours. There's tons of people looking for teammates because they don't have teammates and they've been playing with like different groups, XYZ. I don't know. I have a hard time finding teammates. There's a lot of stupid ass people on the planet, unfortunately. And there's a lot of smart people on the planet, but those people already have groups. So there's like this bottom of the barrel people that are constantly looking for groups. And me and my buddy recently were trying to expand out of a duo, and it's just difficult, man. Like, we found this group and good Lord. I mean, it was like full of problems, like real life problems. Like, what the hell am I here for? I'm here to play a game. I'm talking about like this one guy was a pedophile. It was like a whole thing. I just want to play Rust, you know? One of them said he had 11K hours. He actually didn't even know you could he thought you could research a jackhammer. And he didn't know how to soft side a wall. And I was like, what's going on here? He actually only had 250 hours. And then like we caught him. Dude, it was like wild. It's like a dystopian reality trying to find teammates in this game. I don't know. It is hard. So yeah, I'm trying not to tear up, man. No, it's just so difficult. All right, next question. Train tunnels in 2024 good? Yes. I only had to read the title of this one. They're fucking awesome, especially if you're in a smaller group. Train tunnels are the fucking shit. If you find yourself stuck in an area and you can't get shit done, try the tunnels. You might have to run for a while. Maybe they haven't respawned yet. But if you play your cards right, you just kind of bring enough bandages, ammo, extra cloth, and all that stuff, you should be fine, and you can usually make it around the map unchallenged, as long as you listen for trains and that sort of thing. I always avoid going up the exit at outpost. There is freaks that sit in there. Okay, not worth it. Nightmare. Can't go to sleep. Makes you want to kill yourself. Don't do it ever. But other than that, train tunnels are great. Modern Rust sucks. Like, it's just a big whiny pose. Like, he starts out, this isn't another, and then he just goes on to do the same thing. Here's the thing about Rust. It literally changes every couple of years drastically. And it's updated every month. And those drastic changes redefine the game in an upward trend, regardless of what me or other people think about it. It's going to happen regardless. It's happened 4 or 5 times. And one thing that I've learned is that Facepunch usually knows what they're doing as far as what's going to make them more money. And they're making money off of a game that's 11, 12 years old. They've got to switch things up every once in a while. That's the only reason it's popular today, is because they've continued to listen to the community, but also not be afraid to take drastic changes to kind of revolutionize what Rust is and how Rust is played. And that stuff comes in waves. It's cycles. The game has cycles, and you kind of have to get used to that. Never played the game. What is Brenda? Brenda's Herobrine. So Herobrine is that thing in Minecraft. He's that little freaky fucker, the one that sits there. He is a freak. And Brenda's basically the same thing in Rust. Hard to find, don't see them very often, but when you do find them, they're very scary. Yeah, they make you want to cry. They'll terrorize you, change your base codes, foundation wipe you, expose your email address, SWAT you in real life. I think that's about it. Yeah. Sorting box button. If they add this, I will literally shit my pants. I will literally pull my pants. Actually, no, I won't pull them down at all because I'll be shitting them. Fucking soaking wet diarrhea in my shorts if this happens in the game. I don't know why they haven't done this. I don't know if it's just takes away from the raw aspect of the game of, like, you know, having to do those things by yourself. And I know Facepunch has like this thought about night that might transpire into this, where, you know, nighttime is the time for that kind of thing. It's time to wind down, grab a snack, maybe do 4 shots of vodka because your neighbor killed you for the 37th time while you're trying to farm 2 sulfur nodes so that you can make the last bean can to offline him. Next question. Rust. This is something I was actually just looking at, and I guess I'll show you guys too. There was this what do you call it? It's a website that was like show your Rust stats, and I went to go look for it because I was interested, and they got bought out by Rust Clash. Fuck those guys. They stole my website that I use for Rusty Labs. That was the shit, man. I don't want to be tempted to gamble all of my money away every single time I go onto a website. Okay, I do that to myself enough. But anyhow, apparently Alistar has this thing that he's using. It's like a Rust Stats Discord bot. Pretty cool. Maybe you guys check it out. I don't know. I'm probably gonna get it on our little server that we have. But yeah, guess we'll go back to this. Soak this back in for a minute. It's kind of just some of my opinions on some of the Rust stuff in the game, some of the things going on, some of the opinions people have had over the last 2 weeks. Let me know if you guys want me to do another one of these. Feel free to debate me in the comments on anything that you want. I'll be happy to respond to you and your thoughts, opinions, cares, prayers, worries, concerns, sexual urges, all that good stuff. Yeah. So, thanks for watching. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe. Peace, motherfuckers. Yeah.